Tuesday, December 15th, 5 minutes out of Calusa Island Marina in Goodland, Florida. And we're headed southeast along the western shore of the along the western shore of the Everglades National Park. We were here 2 years ago, headed for the dry Tortugas, if any of y'all were around for that. And we're headed that same direction now, but we're going to be following the shore as far as we get. We'll see how it goes. Welcome to SV Daydream. Hey baby, what day is it?
Friday.
Friday the what?
I don't know.
We don't know. It's Friday the something. It's almost Christmas 2020. And we have no masks.
Friday the 18th.
Friday the 18th. Step out and say hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
We are about 20 miles or so southwest of Marco Island, Florida, near Indian Key, and we are going to be headed southeast today along the coast of the Everglades National Park. All right, so we had fun. We actually sailed off of that anchor we were on and out through the, I guess you'd call it a river, into the bay. It's called Russell Pass near Chokoloskee, Florida, for any of you locals. And we're headed out into the Gulf now. The wind is supposed to be 15, gusting to 20, so we've got a working jib and one reef in right now. And we will be sailing southeast along the shore of the Everglades. The Everglades run all the way from basically Marco Island to the end of the Florida mainland. It's the largest wilderness area east of the Mississippi River, believe it or not, and it boundaries the Gulf of Mexico, and that's where we're cruising this year, is down the coast of the Everglades, and we're on our way to probably a place called Ponce de Leon Bay at the mouth of Little Shark River. And I think we've got, babe, how far? About 30 miles to go today?
Yep.
About 30 miles. It should be a broad reach the whole way, 2 to 3 foot following seas. It looks like an awesome sailing day to me so far. It's a little chilly, as you may be able to tell, sailing in sweats, but so it is. So follow along, let's see how this thing goes. All right, how awesome is this? Carlotta likes to say there's no such thing as a beam reach. It doesn't really exist, but we're on one and we're going to be on it probably all day. About 2 o'clock at this point. We've been out now we've been sailing for 5 hours, and we have about 2.5 left. How many hours?
3.
Maybe 3 hours left to get us up into Ponce de Leon Bay, where we're going to spend the night. We hove to and added a second reef a while ago, a couple hours ago now, just to make our sailing day easier. We're still averaging, what, 5 knots? Averaging about 5 knots. We were getting closer to 6, but it was a little bit more work, and over this number of hours, we'd rather arrive a little bit later and a little bit less worn out. So here we still are, 2-3 more hours to go, but we should be there well before sunset. So we're looking forward to that. Well, here is where we've found to drop the anchor for the night. A little branch of the Little Shark River, of which there are several that enter into the Ponce de Leon Bay. We have our own little semi-bay situation here where this branch widens out before it hits Ponce de Leon Bay. That is the sun setting over the Gulf of Mexico across Ponce de Leon Bay, and we'll be headed back out there again first thing in the morning. Much shorter sail tomorrow though. We're just going, I don't know, 20 miles at most. But we're very happy to be here. It was a great day sailing, mostly double reefed. We made great time though, and it was smooth as could be expected. Good night. Man, that was a great night's sleep. This was a really good anchorage. The conditions were benign and all we had was a little current, and I think I slept better last night. We finally hammered out some of those mysterious boat noises that keep you awake all night. It always seems to take 2 or 3 nights to get those out of the way. I think I killed the last noise monster last night. And this is day 5 of our cruise so far. And I'll show you where we're headed. Okay, so this is the southern tip of Florida. And Carlotta is pointing to the little arrow that indicates where we are right now. And this is a close-up of Ponce de Leon Bay and all the little rivulets that come out of the Everglades into it. We're in the Everglades, but that's where all that water comes from. Down here where Carlotta is pointing, that's the mouth of Little Shark River. You've heard us mention that place before. Very fascinating destination. And we're going to sail out of this bay this morning and head south along this coastline and curve around to those 2 crescent-shaped areas are Middle Cape and East Cape. And we're planning to drop an anchor somewhere in the vicinity of East Cape. It's not that far away. How many miles, baby?
About 18.
About 18 miles. Easy sail, beautiful conditions. The coast down there along those capes is all beautiful white sandy beaches, which we have pretty much all to ourselves. And can't wait to get there and show you guys what they look like. So we got our big drifter sail deployed. Man, do we love this sail. I got it for an absolute steal on eBay. I think I paid 200 bucks for it, brand new, or like brand new. And in a light air day like what we're in right now, just makes sailing an absolute joy. Now, of course, since we deployed it, the winds are starting to pick up, but starting out we had winds about 7 knots and we were making probably 4 knot speed. Hard to beat that. Aground. Can you believe it? We've fricking run aground. Ha ha, not. Say hi, baby. No, this is just a really awesome place to tie off. This is Middle Cape. We've been here before. It's in one of our past videos. It's about 2 miles short of East Cape where we were headed, but this has a little bit closer access to the beach and we just kind of liked it. So we're gonna spend the night here. Not bad, eh? Got it all to ourselves. Look who found a horseshoe crab. So here we are, anchored about all of 200 yards away from where we were anchored right up on the beach yesterday. We opted to just back off the beach a short distance and anchor right out here in the wide open Gulf of Mexico. Not something that you do without some due diligence ahead of time, believe me. There's where we were, anchored right up on the beach yesterday. And 200 yards away we are now. But as you can see, the conditions were such that it was perfectly acceptable. We had an interesting visitor last night. A fish got underneath our boat. Some sort of noise-making fish that made a sort of a croaking, honking noise exactly every 4.6 seconds. It went on long enough that we carefully timed it with a stopwatch. 4.6 seconds he made this croaking noise, honking, croaking sort of noise. He was an interesting visitor. And we're off. Next stop, Flamingo. around this cape, around the next cape, and due east from there, across the end of the Florida mainland. Well, we're motoring this morning. Flat, 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 no wind at all except our forward motion. Not much to talk about, but I wanted to just say we're rounding we're rounding East Cape right now, which is as far south as the Florida mainland goes. So we are further south than Florida now, unless you count the Keys, of course. But the mainland is now about a half a mile north of us. We're beyond it. Well, I shouldn't have made that joke yesterday about being grounded, because that is what we are now. Behind me, forward of us, about 150 yards away, is Flamingo Marina. And it might as well be 150,000 miles because we are in the mud. This is a marked channel, and there were different reports about how much water would be in it, but none of them said 1 foot, I can promise you that. And we did not arrive here at low tide. It was falling, but it was still about 6 inches above low tide, which in Florida is actually a fair amount. And yet, here we are. Keel is deep in the mud, and we'll be here for a few hours. Just wait until we float again. All right, Tuesday morning, December 21st. We got off of that mud, and quicker than we thought too, which is good. With no damage done, all is well. The channel into Flamingo is a lot shallower right now than all of the active captain and all of the charts and everything. Hi, there's my girl. We had about 1 foot, and we were stuck like Chuck. But so here we are at Flamingo. I'll use finger quotes, Flamingo Marina, which is not really, long story, but nice staff here. And we are stuck for the day because we would have to be sailing due west out of this place, and guess which direction the winds are coming from, nice and strong. So we're going to sit here one more day. Tomorrow and the next day and the next day have perfect winds forecasted for the way we want to go back up the way we came. And today we're going to take a little 90-minute excursion on a pontoon boat up into the Everglades and see hopefully some cool stuff. We did see a crocodile yesterday. A lot of people don't know that there are crocodiles in Florida, but we saw one, so they do exist.
There's one.
I blew out my flip-flop, but I actually am a sailor. One cannibalized sail tie later, and I have workable footwear, hopefully, for the remainder of this cruise, because this was the only shoes I brought. Good morning, December 22nd. 2020. Goodbye 2020 and good riddance. We just left Flamingo Marina a little while ago. We spent yesterday there just waiting for the right wind. We took a little excursion up into the Everglades and we saw some of those Florida crocodiles I was telling you about. And we got to hang out with a cool guy named Nick Dulce there, who's a old sailor that works there at the marina doing guide boat trips. And we're now headed due west across the bottom of the Florida mainland, beam reaching about 15 knots, gusting to 20. We got 2 reefs in because we're lazy and we don't care if we only go 5.3 knots the whole way. Out here at Cape at East Cape, we will begin gradually turning our course to the northwest, but supposedly the wind is going to shift to the northeast, which would keep us on a beam reach all day if it works out just right. So here we go, and we'll check in with you later.
Happy anniversary,
Happy
honey.
anniversary, baby. I love you.
I love you.
That last shot actually took 4 or 5 tries to get that last shot. Something kept happening. We rounded up so hard once that I actually thought we were going to accidentally tack. But that's my fault. Double reefed or not, should have had my hand on that main sheet. Shame on me. Okay, we're about to round Middle Cape now. This is Middle Cape again. We anchored just north of here yesterday, day before that, I don't remember. We've been making incredible time today. We threw off the dock lines at Flamingo at 9 a.m. It's now 11:45, and we've only got 12 more miles to Little Shark. So we might decide to just go ahead and continue onward beyond it to a little anchorage that we've seen on the charts but never been to, called New Turkey Key. And we'll see how it goes. Little Shark River, 3:15 p.m. We wound up beating for the last couple hours. That shift in the wind didn't happen soon enough to help us. So it's tomorrow for New Turkey Key. Tonight, good old Little Shark River. We haven't been here in, feels like ages. I swear the banks of the river at the mouth look different. Like the last hurricane might have rearranged some things a little bit. Here we are. Morning at Little Shark. One of the quietest places on earth. An amazing, amazing place. I smell me some bacon cooking.
That's what you requested.
I'm zooming in on the bacon.
Explain to him how it's done, because if you tried to slap raw bacon on there, you'd destroy your boat.
We buy pre-cooked bacon in these packages at the store. We discovered it a few years ago, and it's kind of disgusting to just take straight out of the pack and eat, but you can, in just a few minutes, you can throw it in a pan and you have good crispy bacon. At home we stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds. Very handy out here on the boat. Bacon and eggs for breakfast this morning. Ooh, show us our eggs, baby. Are they nearby?
Yes, they are. 1 second. Look at that crispy bacon.
That's what that is. We're particularly proud of our eggs because these came from our chickens. Aren't they pretty?
Those are from Fiona the Falcon.
9 a.m. motoring out of Little Shark. We're working on that inside the boat video that so many people asked for, but it's not out yet. So this is a little tour, V-berth. We don't sleep there, that's for gear. And there's a Yeti cooler up in the bow. Body, sink, garbage, cupboard I made, stove, little storage shelf I made out of closet made and a galley rail. some boat flea market shelves we got. This is going to get replaced soon. Pantry. Lots and lots of good food in there. Holds a lot. This tour is now complete. Well, it's a gorgeous day. The air is pretty light though. We're only making all of 3.3 right at this moment. We were doing 4 knots a while back, but a very light air day. We're flying our 180 drifter and our full main. We got every stitch of canvas up that we own. And we were gonna try stopping at a place called New Turkey Key that we'd never been before and at least look at it and see if it would be a suitable anchorage for some other trip. But we got such a slow start getting out of Little Shark. There was 0 wind then. And so we're making our course straight for Indian Key, about 33 miles total. And at 3.5, 4 knots, it's gonna be a long day. Nice one though. What you doing down there, babe? Ah, health food. She's such a hippie. Well, we made it to Indian Key. Took a long time to get here. The wind was a lot lighter than we expected. We wound up motor sailing for at least half the day. On the plus side, some dolphins escorted us in, and I actually was able to lie on the floor deck dangling my hand in the water as they were playing off our bow. And I actually got 4 touches. I don't know if I touched the same dolphin 4 times or 4 dolphins once, but I was patting those dolphins on the dorsal fin. That was pretty awesome. So now we'll get up here a little bit deeper in this channel and drop a hook and see what tomorrow brings. We're just about ready to head for home. Christmas Eve morning here in a little place just off Indian Key. That's Indian Key in the middle of the screen, way off in the distance, with a little peephole out into the Gulf of Mexico. This is a little place called Russell Pass, and it's our last morning of the cruise, which is kind of bittersweet. But this beautiful scene you see here around me, by 6 o'clock this evening, a norther is coming through, a northern cold front, and everything here is going to be a washing machine. There's going to be winds probably gusting to 30 knots in here, temperatures down into the low 40s, rain. This beautiful glassy surface is going to be a churning hell. So we're going to be getting out and headed back to the marina and put Daydream back on her trailer here shortly. All right, back at Calusa Island Marina. I think we beat that norther by about 3 hours, and we are headed home. So 9 days, 9 nights. All good things must end. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year.